Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I'm Cody, and I'm going to be reviewing the Crkt Ceo. So the executive knife style pen knife type thing I found interesting, so I thought I'd get one, see how it handles. So this length is in between a medium and full-size knife, but it's extremely shallow, like a pen. Well, fatter than a pen, but made to be extremely easy to pocket carry. There are a few different models of the CEO. The original one had thumb stud deployment, and you can also get flipper deployment, and a variety of handle scale styles, colors, and I think you can get different blade materials. This Crkt Ceo is a newer one with the flipper design, and the blade steel is AUS 8, which is considered a low-end steel with about twice the edge retention as your 440 steel that you see in like a Victorinox Swiss Army knife. So edge retention is the weak point on AUS 8, but it's stainless and relatively tough and easy to put an edge back on it. So for everyday carry use, AUS 8 is fine, so long as you don't mind sharpening. Out of the box, this thing came great at piercing, and slice receipt paper, no problem. Grind angle is, let's see here, even. So the cutting edge is even on both sides. Blade came perfectly centered. That being said, the first couple I tried a couple of months ago, both of the blades were off-center to the point where they were touching the frame. So if you're thinking about getting a CEO, make sure to handle one in the store and make sure that it's not going to be rubbing up against the frame for you. Once deployed, the blade is about 3 millimeters off to one side. But since this isn't going to be used as a self-defense weapon, once it's deployed, being off a little bit, not going to affect utility. So fit and finish is pretty good, other than the deployment off-centerness. Other than that, it's good. Handle material is a polymer, it's a plastic, but it has a nice little bumped texture to it, sort of like a paper mache texture, which provides enough traction that it doesn't feel slippery, but at the same time it's still really comfortable in the hand. Pocket clip is a hot spot for me with the way that I grip it with my hand size of extra large. If someone with smaller hands, it may go between your fingers and be completely comfortable, but for me it rests right in the middle of my finger, so I can either flatten this down with pliers or just remove this entirely. This is an adjustable clip where you can flip it over and do left-handed carry. The clip does work well. It is a deep carry, so it's useful. The steel liners have been cut out. They've got little circles on both sides. The weight is light. Not as light as a Benchmade bug out, but certainly for a knife of this length, of between medium and full size, it's very light. Handle comfort is good. It's good, and it's nice that with the flipper model you have a finger stop. So when you are piercing, this helps to keep your finger from sliding forward and getting cut onto the blade. The design is understated, classy, stylish. It looks like a knife that is more expensive than it is. This was $80 Canadian. You can get this for around $80 Canadian. You have a high saber grind with an unsharpened swedge on the top. Blade thickness is, I'd say, on the thin side. I'll compare it here with Benchmade Bug Out, which is a medium-sized knife, so this will be a little bit longer. There you go. You can see this a little bit more length here. Blade thickness comparison is the CEO blade is a little bit thinner than the Bug Out blade. And I'll show you a size comparison of an equally length knife. This is a James Barnes. There are many knives in the in-between medium and full-size knives category, like Spyderco Tenacious, Benchmade Griptilian. The length here is equal, blade length is equal, and handle space is equal. So obviously this is just like a really shallow handle and blade. So this is just outstanding at piercing. This is, you know, essentially a folding letter opener that's you can carry with you, and also stylish. This is because of the thinness of the profile. This is going to be, and the blade steel of AUS 8. This is going to be made for light duty use only. So around the house things, you can open packages with this, you can cut tags. You know, nothing heavier duty than that. There's some bronze washers in here for a nice smooth open and shut action. There's no grit. It's the button looks, the flipper looks like it's made for push button action, where you sort of push in this way, but it deploys most effectively when you try to do a light switch. So when you apply some pressure and kind of push diagonally down this way, it deploys easily and smoothly. Overall, this is a stylish little knife. It's not going to be able to do everything that you might want a knife to do in an emergency or combat or anything like that. It's not made for that. It's just made to be light duty and easy to put in your pocket. So for this executive style pen knife type of knife, this is very good. Overall, I'd give this a grade of a B. I'll say this is a B grade knife. Okay, that concludes my review of the Crkt Ceo. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.